Hey everybody, this is Charlie again. I am the Cybercorp intern, and today I'm going to be showing you my Cyber Dragon Archetype artwork tier list. Let's dive into it. Hey duelists, so for this segment, I think I'm going to be calling it something along the lines of card art critique, something like that. What I really want to do is dive into the artworks of different archetypes and themes of cards that I really enjoy and appreciate, just to kind of highlight the artwork of these. I feel like a lot of the time we spend so much time focusing on how good the effects of cards are that we don't spend a lot of time looking at the details in the artworks of, the monsters that we're actually playing, or the spells or traps that we're actually playing. So hopefully this segment brings a bit more attention to the amazing artworks that are in the game. So without further ado, let's dive in, starting off with Cyber Dragon. So, starting off, we have the alternate art Cyber Dragon, and I do love it because it has like the dark metal theme to it, but it has, it's still very visible. You can see what's going on. The lighter kind of blue background really shows that it's this kind of like aura emanating from it, this kind of like dark evil aura that is, alluding to what happens in GX with Zane. Really, really cool stuff for that one. Repair. Cyber Repair Plan. S tier. Seriously, I can't imagine better. The way that this artwork is laid out, where you have the Cyber Dragon being repaired front and center, but then if you have a keen eye and you look around a little bit, you see not only the wing for Cyber Dragon Nova or Infinity, whichever one it is, but you also can see Rampage Dragon, or not Rampage Dragon, Fortress Dragon, or Mega Fleet, whichever one it is, with the body of it right here rolled up in the top. So I love that it alludes to all the other Cyber Dragons in this artwork too. Cyber Laser Dragon, terrible card, but I do love the artwork. The kind of attack stance that's doing looks killer. Really sleek design as well. Definitely up there. Attack Reflector unit, I hate. It's Cyber Dragon with a bunch of mirrors. I don't know how this eventually turns into Cyber Barrier Dragon, which I'll put in the B tier because it looks nice, kind of like serpenty, snaky, lizardy looking thing. Is mirrors. I don't get it. Like, I know mirror, reflect, but you're telling me you put a bunch of mirrors and turn into this thing? Nah. Photon Generator unit, same thing with this. So like, really cool monster that it makes. You're showing me an engine. You're showing me like some crazy engine system. What about this screams Cyber Dragon to me? This is a roid card, if anything. Cyber Twin Dragon, awesome. A tier. Really, really great design. Clean, slick, awesome how the two heads are different from the original Cyber Dragon heads and the Cyber End Dragon heads. Completely different ones. So, love that they brought that in as well. Speaking of multiple heads, we have Chimera Tech Over Dragon. I think someone's off for this one. A little too messy. A little too messy with the heads kind of all coming out. And it's like over, it's more than 3, right? There's like 4 or 5. Maybe even more than that. But it kind of just looks like a messier Cyber End Dragon to me. Or a really messy Rampage Dragon. So I because of that, just wasn't a fan. And the effect, let's be honest, probably one of the worst fusions too. Fortress Dragon, A tier. Love it. It's one giant Cyber Dragon with a bunch of Cyber Dragons kind of balled up into it. Contact fuses away anything with the machine matchup that you're going against. So that's awesome. It's almost like you're balling up your opponent's machines into these Cyber Dragons. So A tier, absolutely unique. Love it. Checks the boxes. This one's like either Attachment or Armored Cyber, and one of them's for Cyber Darks. This one's the one for Cyber Dragons. Something's off because it just doesn't fit. Like the way it looks, it doesn't fit with the archetype. You don't really imagine this getting like clipped onto the back of a Cyber Dragon. It seems weird. Seems weird. It looks neat for what it is, but it doesn't belong in Cyber Dragon. So for that, something's off. C tier. Toon Cyber Dragon, D. Underwhelmed. It looks. Let me go ahead and bring up the original one here. So original one, I have to put an S. Iconic monster. Changed the game, and honestly, like, it looks like it would too. It looks insane. Really classic design. Completely iconic. Toon Cyber Dragon didn't do what I like Toons to do, where they really kind of make the monster look a lot of fun in a new pose. This is like the same exact pose, and it's a little bit darker metal. Blue Eyes Toon Dragon, love it. Summon Skull, Toon Summon Skull, love how they changed that one up too. This one is just not different enough, so I'm underwhelmed. Cyber Emergency, something's off because I don't know why this artwork is the way that it is. Why is a plain like crashing and dragons flying around. Did the dragons make the plane crash? Why is this a Cyber Dragon card? There's dragons, but you don't search dragons. It's not even a Cyber Dark card. It's just for machines. Something's weird. Really great card. Artwork's weird. And then for Cyberload Fusion, underwhelmed. I hate whenever they make the fusion cards for archetypes just be polymerization, but they throw the actual monsters in the archetype into the artwork. Like, Branded Fusion, that's a cool looking fusion card. This is just polymerization reskin for Cyber Dragons. Seeger's an S tier. Instantly an S tier. It's a powered up hers. It has this cool like radial beam energy thing. It shoots out that awesome thunderbolt and cybernetic overflow. Let's go ahead and rate that too. A, awesome. It's Seeger shooting out that crazy bolt. Awesome attack card. I love a good attack card. Burst, Stream of Destruction, Evolution. Let's do the attack cards. Evolution Burst. Killer card. Looks phenomenal. Looks like you would not want that to hit you if you were staring down a Cyber Dragon. Super Strident Blaze a little bit though. Something's off just because you could make this so much better. You can make this so much better of an attack card for Cyber End Dragon, and they just didn't. It's just kind of like almost a silhouette. They're all just doing the same kind of attack looking thing. And this beam looks so much less cool than Evolution Burst. Core, hot take, D. Not special to me. Too beady. Looks very like it's composed of beads. His head looks like the mouse of a keyboard. Not a fan. Hers, however, love it because of the Seeger thing a little bit, but also it has like the cool things in its chest, like the little battery icons or whatever that is that Core doesn't have. It's got like the neat kind of lab that it's in, the really tall ceiling. This looks kind of like a gravity chamber from Dragon Ball Z. This is like a really tall hangar kind of room, which you kind of imagine you would see with Repair Plant. So I love that one. Noxter, also A tier. Super unique. Instead of going like the more mechanical route, this is like a more like chordy and like cyber kind of route for sure. And it has wings. I think it's the only mini Cyber Dragon with wings, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it has to be. I hate these ones. These are all D. Veer, Dry, Zwei, boring. They're not that great. Extender, rank 5s, but they look kind of all the same. So, and Proto Cyber Dragon, I hate the look of this card. I would love to get an alternate art where it looks more like head on and it doesn't look like a toy snake or something. But this card always looked weird to me. And as a kid, the artwork seemed kind of odd because I thought that these lights here were like almost horns coming out of the sides of its head. So it always threw me off. Nova, we're gonna put in B because it does have a good look, but compared to things like Infinity, where it's dead on, you have the full wingspan. Nova's kind of like bent down a little bit. Infinity's full wingspan, looking at you head on, screaming at your face. That is a powerful looking card. Nova, I mean, it is like a bridge to Infinity, but it kind of just looks like that too. Like, you're not really super stoked to just leave this looking card on. It looks awesome, don't get me wrong. Good look, but it could be better. It has the potential to be better. Infinity's alternate art. Something's off. I don't like the side look. It loses the power and screeching and like weight of the original artwork by kind of doling it down to the side angle. So in Infinity, you have the Infinity symbol, which is awesome, and it's still here in the alternate artwork, but a little bit on an angle, so I don't really like it as much. So yeah, some things are off, some things are off. C tier. Underwhelmed with the Cyber End Dragon. You know what? Honestly, nah, not quite F, but underwhelmed for sure. Too much going on. It's too dark too with this weird background. You can't really see the details. I can't see what's a tail and what's a head. This is one head. This is maybe a second head here. Where's the third one though? It's been lost. So I can't rate that above a D for sure. Original artwork Cyber End, S tier. This became like as soon as I saw this card in the anime and then in like the actual card game, this became like the apex predator in Yu-Gi-Oh. I could not imagine surviving like an attack from this thing. Obviously I was a kid, but like this thing looked like a powerhouse, looked unstoppable. So it impacted me and lasting. So S tier, still to this day. I'm still like my heart kind of goes when I see this card. It's like, wow, that's so powerful, so huge. Eternity Dragon. Eternity Dragon, I think we're going to put in A. It's not a really much utilized card itself, but the artwork's phenomenal. It's got this gold trim, which is unique to Cyber Dragons. It really is like a dragon that goes on to eternity. If you follow the tail, you'll never see how it ends. It goes all the way on and on and on and on into the background. And you know what? If you're playing a defensive Cyber Dragon deck, run it. If you're playing a defensive style deck, like a trap heavy deck, maybe even run Cyber Eternity just to have something huge to sit on. 4,000 attack, I think. Gigantic. Mega Fleet. S tier. Because they took my good friend Fortress Dragon, gave him wings and said fly. And gosh damn it, they did. So Arc Reactor on top of it too. Looks so sick. Just insane thing. You would this thing has to definitely just shoot out this like rumbling thunderbolt. Like, it's using the sky as an energy source. So cool. They literally could not imagine better. Rampage Dragon, I think we're gonna do B tier. It has potential because I only recently learned it has 3 heads instead of 2. One of these is actually a head. I forget which one. And if they made it so that that was more obvious, I think that it would look better. Maybe even put it into A tier. Because I always use 2 monsters and I always forget that I can use more. But if they had 3 like prominent heads in the artwork, I think people would kind of more realize that it's 2+ instead of just 2 monsters. Cyber Eltanin, I like it. It's not quite C. Something is off for sure, but I like how it is. It doesn't really belong in the Cyber Dragon cards because it's more of like a robot, like floating saucer thing, as opposed to an actual dragon. But it looks awesome. It looks out of a sci-fi movie thing. It's great. And it has a really unique effect. Cyber Network, S tier. It's like digital Cyber Dragon chess pieces. It just looks so cool. I would love to get like all of these 3D printed somehow in like a little collection. It's like Cyber Dragons in the cyber system. Really, really, really cool. Hidden Technology is a weird card, but it does look cool. Good look. I think it could look a little bit better if you sort of like just zoomed out and really kind of showed what was going on. Like, are these being turned into fuel? Or are they just being like murdered, just burned down to nothing? What's going on here? Show us how this is. Show us what the technology is other than just a pool of lava, and we'll talk. But looks cool. Cyber Dragon, other monster melting into lava. Yeah, it brings out the little child in all of us that enjoys lava and the floor is lava type of things. Cybernetic Revolution, kind of underwhelmed. It's just original, twin, and end. Just kind of all there. Not that special. Rev System, so cool. I think that because it's hers being turned into Seeger is why I have it so high up here. But also because if you look in the little background area here, you can pull up a big picture of it. You see it a whole lot easier. You can see either Fortress or Mega Fleet Dragon's body being worked on, which is really neat. Malefic. Looks fine. I think I'll put every Malefic in any archetype at a B because it's just kind of like a reskin with a little bit more black, a little bit more like edge to it. So B tier, it's fine. Cyber Eternal, I would probably also put in B tier. It looks really cool. I wish it wasn't just a silhouette, but it does kind of work in a way because it's like coming out of the graveyard, so it's dark, electricity, cyber. B tier for sure. I hate Pharaohs. I don't know why Pharaohs. What even is Pharaohs? It searches Power Bond in like a terrible situation. Cyber Darks have a good Power Bond searcher. Cyber Dragon, this thing it's bad. I don't know what it is. It's not a good card. I wish it wasn't printed, to be honest. But Cyber Bond itself, I like it, but something's off because I don't know why. The welding helmet is down by the guy doing the welding. I'm not a welder, so I don't know. But like, you're supposed to be wearing that, right? Do you ever just hold it instead of wear it? Do you hold something and wear something? I don't know. So something's off and it's a C tier. But that's everything. That looks like a good list to me. I'm happy with it. I'm excited to do more of these videos. I really like going into the artwork. Hopefully you all enjoyed kind of just me noting why I liked some things or why I didn't like some things. And hopefully you guys found appreciation for a few Cyber Dragon arcs along the way. If you have any kind of requests for archetypes or themes that I rate the artworks for next, let me know in the comments. Disagree with anything? Also let me know. Pop off down below. And please like, subscribe, ding the notification bell if you want to be some of the first to see these videos that I'm putting out. I'm doing deck profiles, tier lists, discussion videos, you name it. So a lot of stuff coming at you guys this month. Hopefully you stick around and enjoy. But that's everything from me today. My name's Charlie, the Kaiba Corp intern. I have to get back to work. You guys got to take care of each other. Thanks so much for taking the time to spend with me today during this video, and goodbye. Peace.